Well, good morning, all you lovely people. Welcome back to Grumpy Old Git in the Corner. Some of you may have noticed a distinct lack of my presence on live streams over the weekend. This is going to continue for probably at least another 2 weeks. I've been struggling with some issues myself. So to try and help, I've took a step back for a little while. No disrespect to anybody, nobody else is to blame bar me. It's just something I've got to deal with. So please bear with me on that. I will be doing a live this week towards the end of the week. I don't know quite what time yet because there is a hospital telephone call appointment booked for 2:30 Friday afternoon. Now, bearing in mind that the last one was arranged came in 2 hours late, I'm going to have to work in and around that. So if I do fire the stream up early, I may have to mute myself to take the phone call. Yeah, if they are late, then yeah, but there will be a stream Friday of some description. But after having a little bit of a rest for the weekend and a few days last week, what did I come back to and see? Well, we got these eco-loons again, Just Stop Oil and their pointless protests. There was a few got arrested, but following the usual patterns, the police paraded them in front of the camera, let them have their say. Yeah, to show the bias. On the same day, there was a protest outside the BBC buildings. This was a combined protest, I do believe, for against the BBC and the perverts that they hide and what they're doing there. We all know what it is, although they won't admit it. But the reaction to the police of that one. Oh, it was an anti-ULEZ one as well, wasn't it, that it was combined with. And, yeah, what did we see? The police go in and break it up. Start pushing people about. And again, we saw protests yesterday where the police were pushing people about, pushing them over, bullying them. Now this is totally biased policing, but mainstream media aren't covering this, are they? You know, to you, the police, if there's any of you watching, what you got to remember is what you're doing now is picking your side. And the thing you seem to have forgot is when the shit does hit the fan, because I believe it will, there's far more of us than there is of you. You keep asking for our help in doing things, you ain't going to get it. Until you start respecting the people of this fucking country, you'll get nothing from us, or from me, and many others that I know anyway. But they keep bleating on about this global warming. You got the government following the narrative of the net zero crap, which ain't never going to happen, because we will all run out of money before that happens, and that's the only thing that's keeping this ball rolling, is the fact that they can take money off us under the guise of this. But for those of you that haven't long left school, shall I say, go back to school yourself and educate yourselves, because history tells us that these cycles, ice ages, hot, everything, are natural cycles. They've been happening for millions of years. But they obviously haven't taught these idiots that in school, have they? You know. Now, yeah, I'm going to leave that there now. We all know it's a load of bullshit. It's just excuses to take our personal transport away, keep us penned up, frighten us from travelling. because that's what they're frightened of more than anything. They're not frightened of the weather. They're not frightened of floods or fire, anything. What they're frightened of is us. We hold the cards. We are the biggest majority. And that's what they're frightened of. Now, going back a couple of years, those of you that have been with my channel long enough will know I brought up a list. I compiled a list. And this list of what I thought we had coming. This included penning us all up in our homes, keeping us locked up, which they did, and they're still trying to force now. They tried to stop us seeing each other, basically. Why? Because when people get together, they can organise things. Totally restricting our movements. They want to take control of our finances now. I predicted this. I said this was what they do. It's another way of controlling us. If they control what we spend, what we eat, what we drink, where we live, they've got the control they need. And then they take it to the next step, which was cutting communications between us. Again, I predicted this. Not blowing my own trumpet here. You can go back through my own videos and watch all this. I openly said it. Now, they couldn't do this all in one go. It would have been too bloody obvious what they were doing. So they've used everything that's happened over the last few years to gradually bring it in. And now, under the smoke screen of all other news, and in particular the pending online safety bill, they're trying to get all mobile manufacturers to fit tech into their phones where the government can tap into them at any time for any reason. They want this. They've started censoring years ago. They've always monitored calls. We know this right from just after the war, I suppose. But then they had to go and literally physically connect wires to get this done. But now, with tech and the advent of mobile phones, tablets, computers, laptops, they can do it remotely. Now, this is the idea of the phones. They want devices put in so they can tap into them instantly with no justification. They can look at your data, they can look at your calls, they can look at your messages. Now, this is the next step from censoring. They can totally cut you communications, we know this. But they don't give a shit about our privacy. Personally, I think this is, well, I don't know what you'd call it, but it's definitely an invasion of privacy from my perspective. And I haven't said that for a long time, but this is looking like 1984 creeping in. I mean, it's sat on the doorstep, and it has been there for some time. And it's knocking. And eventually they will open the door to it. Unbelievable. But, this is what you get from someone running the country who says he's educated, he's the boss, he's the Prime Minister. But he has paid up to £15 million a year on advisors. Well, if you're paying that on advisors, get rid of all the rest of the fucking MPs, because we pay them to advise you. Not another £15 million a year, you corrupt bastard. But anyway, I'll leave it there for today, guys. Time's getting on. I think we're going to have a few more showers today as well, by the looks of things out there. But before I go, welcome to the new subs. Welcome to the Canadians that have come over. We know we have a few in the channel, and it looks like we have a few more now. But welcome to you guys. Hope you enjoy what I do. If you don't, you're under no obligation to stay, obviously. I've always said that. But to all the other guys out there, thank you all for your support. It is needed a little bit at the moment if I'm in and out. I've just got a lot going on in my head at the moment, and yeah, it's not easy to deal with sometimes, but there you go. But I'm still here. I'll still be about. I will still be making videos, and we'll see where we go from there. But as always, guys, until the next one, stay safe, stay strong, stay free from the tyranny. Respect, people.